Hey, wait, is it working? Who's done this? Can I be heard? Wait, no, that's my old one. Wait, hold on. Can I be heard? There we go. All right, beautiful. I can be heard. Still sound like shite. That's all right. All right, hello, little lady again. I was playing Vampire Survivor. I gotta stop. All right, let's do a proper intro. Hello, my name is 10K Hours, putting in the time, so my art is no longer a crime. I should really just be looking into the camera when I'm saying that instead of looking at other stuff and making sure everything is working. And as I say that, I do the thing that I said not to do. Anyways, whatever. We're just gonna jump into it. Speaking of jumping, I gotta hold up. Boom, shaky, lakey, bam. All right, I really should set this up before I start streaming, but who cares? Um, this, that, a little bit of this, and that, and this, and that, and boom shakalaka. All right. Hey, all right, we're ready to go. I know how to do this because I've done it a ton. How many times have I done these faces in line of action? I started doing these fairly early on. I want to say it was in like February or March. So I've been doing these for months and they're only slightly better. Gotta be honest. I'm working on it, all right? He's working on it. All right. There's the edge. There you are. How does this look? Beautiful. All right, incredible. All right, let's get going with it. I'll stop messing with my hair. Let's do some faces. What? There we go. All right, and three, two, one. Oh, it's this guy. He's got a hard face to draw because he's got like the hair and she's got a lot of hair. I really need to start at the top if I'm gonna do. Oh, that's neck, and then that's not a smile. There we go. And then neck. Oh no, that was not what I needed to do with the neck. There we go. Much better. Oh, this is still bad. Oh, what have I done with his ears? Oh, I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. All right. What have I done with your forehead? I've done a lot of stuff that's a real problem. This guy looks like a Bob's Burgers character. Wow. Giving somebody a big nose and putting their face up just like higher really makes someone look like a Bob's Burgers character. Um, oh, it's the same guy from like the same angle. It's like, no, you got to do better. Oh, I immediately do worse. I had a chance at redemption and I ruined it. No. What am I doing? All right. What am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, what have I done? Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, that's not it at all. Oh my God. I was trying to do better and I just did so much worse. Okay. Oh, where's his, where do his eyes go? Where's his forehead? What have I done? Jeez. All right, this is why I do warm up so I can get this bad shit out of the way first. And it's bad with a D, not a T. Um, wouldn't that be nice if you could just draw a couple pictures and get you crazy out? Um, oh, am so sorry. I have given you just the worst nose. Alright, why did I focus on the ear first? Because it's honestly not a bad place to start. Alright, and then... Oh no. It's the Joker. Oh no. Every line I'm doing is not helping. Oh my god. Nothing helped. Uh, I feel like I'm doing less than 60 seconds than I used to be able to do. Alright. Oh, what am I doing? Because I'm focusing on too much. I just gotta get like the basics. Oh, that's we got something of a face going on here. Oh, why am I making ears like this? What am I on today? Oh boy. This is not a good one. This is why you do warm ups to get this shit out of the. Oh boy. To get this shit. Oh, I've really given you a chin there. Oh man, chins are hard. It's one of those things that's incredibly integral to people. Like, you don't have a proper chin, people just don't look like people. People look like weird mannequins. All right. And then we got dude, 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 dude. Oh, what have I done? Oh, okay. We've messed that up. Oh boy. Okay. This is why I do warm ups, cause this shit really sucks. Oh my god. Alright. I started putting all of these on one so I can just see the atrocities that I make in 60 seconds. I feel bad for this guy. Oh my gosh. Well, it is what it is. Alright, let's fix all this. Shiza, Manelli. There we go. Alright. And now that I've done some heinous shit, let's do some more heinous shit. I'm gonna continue with the line art today. 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 What was I using? I was using like a 3 or something like that. All right, I'm gonna. Yo, do I want to get this thing done today? I don't think I will because I still have to. Like, there's a couple things I need to do um, with this rock. One, this is supposed to be like whatever, like that layered looking rock that you see in like the Grand Canyon and whatnot. That's supposed to represent like, oh, this is a place where rock has been eroded by rivers and whatnot. And then um, I wanted this one to be like obsidian, and this one to have like a fossil of like a fern on it, which is an insane thing that I need to put in for just my own reasons. Hey, hello, I took a break from Twitch because school. I'm back now though. Sweet. Nice to have you back, Red Narrow Bird. Um, it's been a couple days. I'm finished with most of the drawing. I just got to do the line art and a couple last things and do the colors and also the background. He's supposed to be standing on a rock. Oh no. There's a lot left to do. There's a lot left to do. So much left. All right, well, we're at least going to continue with the line art. I'm going to try to get as much of that done as I can because the more of the line art I get done, the closer I am to being done. And luckily from here on out, why? Oh no, drawing is really not going to change a whole lot, so that's nice. All right. I just have, the easy stuff. Just some really like precise big curving lines, which are a specialty of mine. Especially if I really zoom in. Like really zoom in. All right, hold on. Let me grab the eraser because I just want to. Let me turn off. No, I don't. Let me turn this off for a second. So I can just get rid of like that little bit right there. Perfect. All right. That's one thing I need to remember. I don't always have to have the vector eraser on because that just gets rid of whole lines because that's the point of it. It's meant to make getting rid of whole lines super fast and easy. But what if you just need to get rid of part of a line? I'm learning Voodoo Child on guitar. Ooh, I believe I mentioned the new guitar, but I got a wah pedal, so I'm learning Voodoo Child. Kind of hard. Voodoo Child. I don't know that song. Who's it by? All right, come on. You can do it. You've been playing so much Vampire Survivor. You can make this gap. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion. Oh. Oh. Please. Oh, man. I cannot draw this. Jimi Hendrix, The Legend of Self. Oh, hey. I was going to say, it sounded familiar. When you said Voodoo Child, that sounded like, this sounds like one of those songs that I should know because everybody knows, but I don't because I'm an uncultured swine. I cannot get this line. All right. Oh my gosh, that one section looks so much worse than all of the others. What the hell? All right. This is one of the things that physical media and tablets. Why is it always Thursdays? All right. I just gotta Stevie Ray Vaughan redid it, if that says anything. I'm sure it does. I just don't know shit about music. Like, I know of Jimi Hendrix, but I could not name the band he is in or any of his most famous songs. I know he was a guitarist and I know he was a famous musician. That's it. All right, here we go. We got past the hard part. Let's just bring it around town and we're good to go. Can you hear my glove? Hold on. Oh no, it won't do it. Oh man. Like whenever I'm really focusing, my glove is like catching on this surface, this like this touchpad, and like dragging and farting. All right, yeah, that'll just have to do. Look, I zoom out, you can't even tell. Most people are gonna be way out here. Only I'm up in here. Only I'm all up in the guts of this drawing. No. Alright. Alright, there we go. If I can get past this, this is going to be this is the hardest part, right? Absolutely. There's going to be nothing more difficult about this drawing than this. Following a curving line. Uh, there's no way it could possibly get worse. Activating nerd mode, you uncultured swine, how could you not even fathom how good this song is? Such a well-known masterpiece by one of the most known and one of the greatest guitarists of all time. I'm not saying that stuff isn't true, I'm just saying I don't know it. I've almost certainly heard the song, and if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, that's Voodoo Child. Because I would finally put two and two together. But that's about it. Bro, I don't know shit about music. Like, even my favorite bands. Um, even my favorite bands who I love and I listen to a bunch, like, probably one of my most favorite bands of all time is Muse. I could not tell you who's the lead singer or any of the members of the band, and most of their like actual track titles I could not tell you. I could maybe get some of the album titles right. Like Black Holes and Revelations and Drones are probably my two favorite. I am literally right now trying to think of other songs on those two albums other than the two title tracks, and I literally can't. And I've probably listened to Drones. I've only listened to recently, but Black Holes and Revelations I've probably listened to 100 times. He also sings like two verses, not much. No, what am I doing? What did I just do? Oh my god, why did I grab everything? Why am I not drawing? What's happening? Why did something weird happen and it... Oh my god. Please. Please let me make a line. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. I am so bad at curves. This is going to be excellent practice for me. Nothing I'm so bad at is sitting with a fucking slouch. Jeez. Um, this is why I'm 6'1" now instead of 6'2", which is a real thing. I've been 6'2" most of my adult life, and then the last time I was in the doctor's office, they said 6'1", and I died on the inside. Not a little bit, the full amount. And ever since then, I've been watching my posture like mad. My favorite band is Tantric. Members are Todd Whitner, Hugo Ferreria, Matt Tall, and some other guy. It's like the other four members of the Jackson Five. Like you got Michael Jackson, Tito. Of course, me not knowing it. Oh my god. Okay. Me not knowing the name of somebody is not indicative of whether or not they are famous. For example, the other day I was trying to think of who the name of a certain actress was. I was like, oh, um, she was like in Princess Diaries. Her character's name was Mia Thermopolis. Fuck, what's her name? And I could not remember the actress's name, but I could remember her character name, and I literally just thought of it. It's Anne Hathaway, but that's, and by the other day I mean yesterday. And here's the thing. I was by myself, so I easily could have looked it up. I just didn't. Well, no. It was one of those shower thoughts, so you can't really look up stuff in the shower. Because I was thinking about, oh, I'm about to go off on a tangent. Hold up. I'm going to connect this line, then I'm going to go off on a tangent. All right. Hold up. I was thinking about this because, all right, so, yeah, Adam Shaw. Yeah, okay, so I was thinking about this because there's a lot of people, let's see, there's a lot of people who think the best actor is Jack Black, so totally not just because he's funny. Let's see, but there's a lot of people who think, what is it? Anne Hathaway and her husband look like the reincarnation of Shakespeare, like William Shakespeare, like the Shakespeare, and his like lady love, who I think was named like Anne Bennett. And I can't spell. Hold on. I'm bringing up these pictures. Shakespeare. This is apparently a common Google search. Oh no! The reason is because, okay, the reason why people think about this is because William Shakespeare was in love with a woman named Anne Hathaway, who surprisingly they end up looking a lot like each other. Like Shakespeare ends up looking like Anne Hathaway's husband, and Anne Hathaway in the past just looks like the current day Anne Hathaway but blonde. It's wild. Hold on, let me see if I can bring up these pictures. Um, uh, yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me just show this. I will admit, will this show? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All right, so the husband looks shockingly like William Shakespeare, like shockingly like him. I think Shakespeare's got like a little bit of a longer head, but they got like this exact same like eyes and brow and mouth. Like Anne Hathaway a little bit. Like this looks a little bit different, but a whole bunch of people have conspiracy theories. Like a whole bunch of people have conspiracy theories that they're just reincarnations of these two, because they just look shockingly alike. And funnily enough, these two are both named Anne Hathaway. Shaking Spears, why does that just sound like a random ass band name? We said Shakespeare, by the way. Uh, Anyways, that's my tangent for the day. And also an insight into what I think about in the shower. I hate this line. All right. Hold on. It's just, okay, there we go. I was trying to finish it quick because I wanted to talk about Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway. No. Wait, no. Undo. Okay, there we go. Wow. Big Balls is my favorite AC/DC song. No, why does it? Why do you keep bringing it back? Make it go away. All right. Oh my god. All right, there we go. That's better. I can live with that. I need to stop being so zoomed in, but it makes it easy to do the line art, but I need to stop being so zoomed in. Oh, I'm also, there's something about this that I can't ignore. It's that this is not a circle, not anymore. All right. We need to just like cut that off a little bit there. That should be a little bit further zoomed out. I'd be able to do more of a line art at a time, so this would go faster than the glacial pace I'm moving. And B, I won't be so zoomed in, so I won't be able to see quite as many of the auroras. The aurora borealis. All right. No, please. Thank you. Okay. There we go. All right, come on. You got this. All right. It's just a circle. It's just curved lines. Let there be drums, let there be guitar, let there be rock. Is that from the song or is that from School of Rock? Because you're talking about Jack Black earlier and rock, so. And then, boop, boop, boop. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, it's just a curved line. No, it's not from School of Rock. Good movie though. I haven't seen it. No reason why I haven't. It was absolutely in theaters around the time when I would have loved to see it, and I just didn't. There's a couple things like that where I literally have no reason for not having like consumed this media or seen it in the past. I just haven't. Like, oh gosh. Probably like some of the most egregious ones is, all right, so this was back in the 90s. I am in mother flippin' elementary school. I want to say I'm in like third or fourth grade. I have just gotten a Nintendo 64, and this is like right when it was at the peak of like, oh, it's the best, man. Like, oh, the Nintendo 64 is like blowing up. Everyone gets it. Everyone loves it. Like, this is the heyday of like Super Smash Bros. And Mario 64 and all of that. And somehow, uh, and somehow, like, despite being the age where I would have loved these games, despite my friends actually having them. Um, I have still never played Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time. Probably two of the most famous games in the last 40, 30 years, period. I had the system to play them on, but I ended up playing like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and like Donkey Kong 64, and I had Smash Brothers, thankfully, Super Smash Brothers, but like all of like the games that were way bigger than those, I somehow just never did, and I can't explain it. Well, one I can, which was Mario 64. So my friend had that. I have a coding class finally, and the only person in high school who actually tries. I'm also ahead of everyone. Nice. Keep it up. Because if you're ahead now, it's a lot easier to stay ahead. But yeah, I had friends who had Mario 64, and I would like go over to their house and I would like watch them play it. I think I would like try to play it a couple times, but I just couldn't figure it out. But even though I would like have fun with the game at their house, there was like this kid part of my brain that makes no sense to adult me this day, but made perfect sense to kid me back then. Where it was like, oh, Mario 64 is one of my friends' games. It's like their game, and therefore they have it at their house, so therefore I don't really need it at mine. It was like I had associated those games like with my friends, so therefore I could not get them, which doesn't make any sense. And it wasn't even conscious. And I think if I had said it out loud, it wouldn't have made any sense. But I was definitely not that self-aware when I was in the single digits in my age. So, um, but yeah, like it's one of those things that baffles me to this day where I'm like, how did I miss out on these? Like everyone who is the same age as me is like, oh, these are the greatest games of all time, and I've never played them, and I have no excuse. No excuse. Like I owned a Nintendo 64 and everything. It's just I never did. Maybe it's because I didn't have Nintendo power. But even still, it doesn't mean that I didn't have friends that played those games and loved them and were like, oh, check this out and whatnot, and showed them to me. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that only makes sense when you're a kid. Okay, so there's a bunch of things, and I'm kind of an introspective person, so there's a bunch of things that will just like come into my mind, and I'll remember I thought that way when I was a kid. Like, what is it? I remember when I was younger, uh, I decided that I did not like cheeseburgers and I would only eat hamburgers, even though I liked cheese and even though I liked hamburgers. But my reason being was that both of my sisters liked cheeseburgers, so therefore I wasn't going to like them. 12 lessons and 30 things each lesson, and I'm on the last 2 weeks, but they have the same thing. But they have what? I would finish this full section with 12 lessons, 30 things each lesson, and I'm on the last two lessons, but they have the same thing and I'm stumped. Meaning like they're they're all still on the same thing, like way in the back, and you're like, how are you there? Maybe they're just taking their time with it. Uh, I always like to give a generous read. Kid brain, man. There are things that only make sense to do when you're a kid. Where you're like, yeah, this is how, not necessarily the world is going to work, but this is where I'm going to dig in my feet in heels and refuse to move. What is this? Oh, that's for if I have multiple vector layers, which I should, so that they will snap together, which I should be doing, but I'm not. Okay. All right, there we go. Yay. Okay, so I can just grab this, move this back. Oh my gosh, no. Thank you. All right, that's better. No, what have I done? Oh, that's such a scuffed curve. Let's fix that. All right, there we go. Let's do it. All right. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. Beautiful. I don't even know what parts I'm doing anymore because I'm just so zoomed in, just trying to be all meticulous. Let's see. Well, I gotta be a little bit. I gotta be a little bit more meticulous with these because these are supposed to be like big, like big flagstones, whereas the littler ones, they can be a bit weird. In fact, they should be a bit weird. I'm gonna rage. All right. I'm about to have my Joker moment. I'm doing it to myself. Just cannot draw lines. You cannot draw lines. This is good practice, though. We're doing some funky stuff with moving a robot in a program. Ooh. But there's a section to do a certain task, and the lesson after that, there's a review going over the thing you did. It's on the same exact part of the lesson I'm stuck on. Ah. Oh, yeah. But that's not good because you're so far ahead, there's no one really to work with on what you're doing, the part that you're stuck on. Am I getting that right? All right, there we go. All right, there we go. These gloves. They screwed you over? How? I'm not quite getting it, man. Is it the lesson that screwed you over, the other people in your class by going slow? I don't. afraid I don't quite get it. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, there we go. Starting to make a little headway now. These are the hard parts. We get past this, and you're home free. Home skillet. Let's go. The program I'm using and lesson. Okay. I gotta go to bed now. Good night. Good night, man. Have a good one. Hope to see you on Sunday. I'm gonna be doing this same thing and hoping not to go mad. Hello. Okay, there we go. Yo, I was even practicing and drawing a bit earlier today. I did about, it was really about like 20 minutes. 15, 20. There we go. All right. All right. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. What parts do I want to do? You know what? Let's just do this whole upper part. Let's just start at the top and work our way down. We got the face done. Let's just start these rocks one at a time. And I imagine there's going to be a background. There's really just going to be some stuff in the foreground. Like I have his foot up off the ground. He's got to be stepping on something. I imagine it just being a rock. Now I'm not so sure. Like maybe he's taking a step up onto something. We'll see. We shall see. It might be a stone stair. Who knows? Who knows? But I honestly, I gotta think of something. I really do. I put it off till the very end. Just gotta follow the line. I just gotta follow the line. I just gotta follow the line. That's all I gotta do. Follow the line. Let's zoom in a bit more because I've been doing better when I'm zoomed. I've been doing better when I'm zoomed in further. We're gonna just take it downtown. There we go. Okay. All right. Another one. There we go. Taking it nice and slow. Don't try to rush through it. You want to be able to do this quick, but you can't, you Diplodongus. You don't even have 100 hours. Well, I might be getting close. I need to figure out, I need to stop and like actually figure out how much time. Because I can figure out when my timer broke. Well, I have one timer that technically still works, but it doesn't count past 24. And in order to get it to start at a certain time to time up, uh, you have to click. You can't like put in the time that you want to start at. You have to click the amount of clicks it takes for each second. So let's say I go for 2 hours. So that's 2 times 60, that's 120 minutes. And then I need to do it for every second. So 60 times 80 is going to be, can I just do times 6 times 10? I think I can. My brain is working so fantastic right now. 0, 12, 172. Yeah, it's like 7,000 clicks, 7,200, which is wild. No, is that even right? Yeah, because I just need to add a 0 at the end of it. Yeah, so I would have to do like 7,000 some clicks in order to be able to get the time up to a place where it was at least accurate for where it would be like within 24 hours. I was also assuming I did a full 2-hour stream. So setup really sucked. It's you think you would be able to find like a decent timer, and then the other one kept crashing and lagging. That was one that actually worked, and I could like only ever get it to work for one stream, and even then it was kind of iffy. And then there was that one time I used it and it kept crashing OBS. Like, I would try to set it up and I would say, all right, go, because I wanted to test it out and make sure it worked, and my OBS would crash because it was trying to capture this timer. Like, just capture it. Like, it was insane. I have no idea how that program kept crashing OBS, but it did. That is for sure. There's got to be a timer out there. It's like I see other streamers with timers that go past like 24 hours. Some that even go past 100. I have no idea where they got them, but they got them. Like, if there's anything I want to know, it's where they get these motherfucking timers. Like, and searching online, all you get is like, oh, countdown to when your stream starts. Motherfucker, I don't need that. I need to count up. The closest I got was finding like a just something that will just like constantly count up was a speed running timer. But here's the thing with that, like they are meant not to be tampered with. So you can't be like, oh, I want to start at blank time. No, you just got to leave it and let it get to that time. Do I just want to do that? Do I want to figure out how much time it is and then just leave my computer on for that long? Oh, but every time I turn my computer off, it's going to reset. So I can't just leave my computer on. So that's out. Man, like I keep coming back to it. I think I'm just gonna have to make my own one. Like Red Narrow Bird was talking about coding before, and I do want to learn how to code. And I might do it just so I can make my own fucking timer that actually does what I want. Ah, there we go. Oh wait, hold on. If I hit this, does it? Oh, I've been doing this the wrong way. Okay, so this is. I'm gonna fix it because it looks so bad. It's so bad. It's this line right here. It's this one. All right, we need to go a little under, a little over, a little round and through. Make a loop-de-loop and pull. Hold on, that's one thing I gotta do. Did I stream freeze? No, it didn't. All right, make a loop-de-loop and pull. I just remembered I have to put a load of laundry in because I don't have any clean clothes for tomorrow. 1 second. York groove. Am I still the only person here? Yeah. I decided to pee too while I was up. P2P. All right. We're looking a lot better. All right. Beautiful. Incredible. Amazing. I love it. Can't get enough. All right. I'm liking the face more and more. Hold on. Let me do a little flippy dippy and make sure I'm not insane. Yeah, it's looking better. There's something still, whenever I flip, there's something weird about the chin to me. And I cannot place what it is. Huh. There's just something that's still weird about the chin to me. And I cannot place it. Oh, it goes out too far. Oh. 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 Because if we turned in, it would be, okay. It just needs to go, like, I just need to round this off right there, like the tiniest bit. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Every day I take another look at that face. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Okay. All right. It's always like super little things with that. Man, faces are wild because there are just some things in there. Can you hear this? Man, faces are wild because there are just some things in there. Can you hear this? Man, faces are wild because there are just some things in there. Okay, you can't really hear my washer in the background, or if you can, I can't tell because I'm hearing it at the same time. Um, so, I don't know, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Those headphones make my ears bleed because they're ringing so loud. Maybe I need to get new headphones. Because the ones I have for work that are a lot smaller don't. But as soon as I put, like, the ones I currently have on, it's just a matter of time before it's like, it's like terrible. I never used to do that. But maybe it's because they're like, a little bit bigger and they like actually like go down and around my jaw. Because I found out it was my jaw that turned out to be the culprit in my ear ringingness. So, not too thrilled about that. Alright, there we go. But give me some exercises, and I've been doing those, and it's been helping immensely. Like, noticeably, too. Like, in order to sleep, I would have to, like, neti pot my... I would have to use a neti pot every night to, like, clear out my sinuses. Because that would help with the ringing. And now, since actually like starting to do those exercises, I'm doing that way less. So that's fantastic. Still need to pop my ears though, but I think that might be. That might be psychosomatic at this point. Excuse me. Oh boy. My dinner was coming up to say hello. Some leftover. My parents had gotten like this, like steak chimichurri, like frozen meal from Costco that they weren't going to eat, and they gave it to me. And I made it last night. It's actually really good. And last night was a night that I had to make it because it was going bad that day. So then I had the leftovers today for dinner. They were great. Heated up some tortillas, put some cheese, a little bit of onion and cilantro on there. Mwah. I gotta say, as I get older, when it comes to tacos, like cheese is fine, but more and more, I really just like the kind of the Mexican style of doing tacos, which is really just a little bit of onion, cebolla, and some cilantro. Wait, is onion cebolla or is it cebolla? I can't remember if it's one or two L's. All right, that's gonna bother me. 1 second. Hold the phone in your hand so that you can look this up. English to Spanish. Onion, yeah, cebolla. Cebolla. It's not cebolla, it's cebolla. Because the double Y makes a y sound. What? Undo. There we go. Oh boy. That's cilantro and cebolla. Cebolla. Cebolla? Cebolla. Pronunciation is actually kind of hard. Especially if you're not used to the language. Like, for instance, what is it? Oh, I had a character once in a D&D game who was this little kobold who had this alternate personality where he was like this wrestler and he was El Serpiente de Oro, which means the gold snake. And trying to listen to my friend say Serpiente de Oro must be what it's like for someone who actually speaks Spanish listening to me talk, because man, oh man, was it bad. It was like serpiente. No, I wasn't even that. It was serpiente. It was like, no, serpiente. Oh my God. Like, I'm not fluent, but I have I definitely have more experience than the average person with Spanish, but man, oh man, that I got like a first taste, like, oh, that's what it's like listening to somebody who doesn't understand your language try to say something. I was like, oh no. I don't feel that same thing with English though, because I mean, I was an English just like a language teacher. I would listen to kids butcher English all day, every day, and it didn't faze me one bit. But it was just something about my friends just butchering Spanish that was like, oh, you sound awful. What am I even looking at? Okay, yeah, that's. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Let's hit this over here. Let's hit this over here. Man, it's like 9:30 and I can still hear the kids playing across the street. Like, it's a Tuesday. Go to bed. You got school. What are you doing? And they're outside too. But there's like a couple families with kids that live over in that area, so the parents just all hang out and let their kids run around outside and play with each other, which is kind of living the dream, if I'm going to be honest. Like, if I have my druthers about me whenever I have kids, that's how I want to do it. Just be like, you got a couple of your friends around and their kids, and during the summer, you're just like, all right, go outside, go play with your friends, and then uh, you hang out with your friends too. Oh man, what is it? In my parents, not well, let's see. Near my parents' neighborhood, there's like a couple families where all of them must have been friends like beforehand because they all just bought these houses on this like one cul-de-sac. And whenever we would drive by, they got like a ton of kids too. So whenever we would drive by, they would just be like, you had no idea which kid belonged to which house because they're just all constantly playing with each other and outside. And parents would just open up their garage doors and let their kids run free, but they would just stay in their cul-de-sac and play with their friends because, I mean, there was no traffic, there was no nothing, and they were also literally right next door to the community pool. So, I mean, if they were at their pool, one of the parents was with them, or at least a couple of the parents. So. But I gotta say, like, living the dream, man. Living the dream. You got your kids got friends, you got your adult friends. Like, that's the way to go. We didn't have, like, any other kids. Well, we kind of did. We had some kids that were next door to us at one of the houses that we lived in. But they were either too old or too young. Like the one guy who was kind of close to my age was, gosh, I think he was like 5 years older than me, which when you're or like 3 years older, which I mean, when you're 13 and he's 16, that's a huge difference. That is a massive difference. So, so we didn't really get along. And then there was another son that they had who was like 3 years younger than me. So I'm like 13 and he's like 10, and I'm like, who's this child? Get him away from me. So, yeah. So you got to hit it where like your kids are either the same age or maybe like 1 year apart. Like that's the sweet spot. I had a bunch of friends that were younger than me. Uh, like two of my best friends growing up, Caleb and Asher, uh, they were both 1 year younger than me. Heck, I think they're still 1 year younger than me. Huh, fancy that. So that didn't matter too much. But it's either almost never are they older than you. Your friends are either younger than you or they're the same age as you. Because there's just such a huge difference. There's a huge difference in between like the age groups when you're a kid. Because, I mean, 1 year when you've only lived 10 years is like a full tenth of your life. So you do a ton of changing in that 1 year. Um, God, I remember beginning of my sophomore year of high school, coming back and like seeing people who I just hadn't seen over the summer and being like, these are completely different people. Like, what happened over the summer? Like that was the first time that I realized, like, oh, like we're like growing and changing because it felt like super gradual at that time. Like getting older was like, yeah, I'll be older eventually and I'll be able to like drive a car and stuff, but like I'm getting close, but you're just not there. It's one of those things that's like uh, that just feels like so far away. But then when I got back from that summer, I was like, oh, like what happened? Like what's going on with us? And it was just we're just growing, man. We're hitting that time where our brains are starting to solidify more and we're starting to become adults. Yeah, especially, oh God, especially 14, 15. You are one of the worst versions of yourself when you're 14, 15. As somebody who has been a 14, 15-year-old and still remembers it, and someone who has been a high school teacher and worked with 14, 15-year-olds, you suck at that age. Like, people would always say, whenever I tell people I'm a high school teacher, they would always be like, oh, do you work with seniors? Seniors got to be the worst, right? I remember I didn't do shit when I was a senior. Motherfucker, that you're the reason that you just said is the reason why seniors are some of the best. You might not do your homework, but in that not doing a shit, you're also not doing shit in class to like cause a ruckus or something like that. You're like a prisoner with 3 months. Actually, no, yeah, you're like a prisoner with, I guess, like 9, 10 months left on your sentence of like a 12-year sentence. You're not doing shit at that time. You are just trying to make that time go by as quickly as possible and get the fuck out of there. So, want to know what makes that time go slower? Having to deal with bullshit from teachers and being in trouble like that? Nah. You might not remember this because you were messing around with your friends and like whatnot in class and like hanging out on weekends and stuff because you could, but y'all weren't doing shit in class most of the time. And we liked it. We fucking liked it. And if I'm going to be honest, that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of teachers are rather, shall we say, lenient with seniors. And it is kind of because you're a senior and they're like, you just want to get out of here. But B, you're also not doing shit in class. Like, everybody else is making their job harder. You're not. So that goes a long way. Like, oh, hey, you don't make me want to pull out my hair at the end of the day. You get a pass. That absolutely happens. Man, I love vector layers. All right. All right. But on the flip side, though, when you are 14, 15, you are awful to be around. 14, 15, and even into like 16. 16, you start getting a little bit better because you start you stop having just a tiny like sliver more of just awareness. You gain just like the tiniest bit of awareness, and it makes you like not as terrible to be around, but still pretty bad most of the time. Um, Still pretty bad. And it's all because so I've had people who are 14, 15 years old tell me this to my face. One girl was like, "I'm 15, I'm in high school, I'm grown, I don't gotta listen to shit." And I what it's so bad to be like, "Oh, you're grown, go drive a car." Like, you're 15, motherfucker. You ain't grown. But it's like that age is you have like the adult brain that's like, oh hey, like I'm actually competent and can do things now. But you don't have like the wisdom or experience or even like the fully developed frontal lobe. So you have all of your adult capacities, but any of like without any of like the coding necessary to be able to use them. Um, so it's kind of like, what is it? Let's see. Um, it's kind of like a computer that's got like top of the line, like graphics card and a ton of RAM and all of this stuff that's still running like Windows XP. You've got like a lot of good stuff in the background, but all the stuff up front is just bad. It's just bad. And it's not meant to work with what it's got in the background. But eventually you get there. It's literally part of growing up. Everyone's got to go through those phases. But just know that pretty much any picture you take when you're 14 or 15-year-old is liable to be some insane blackmail on you by your parents later uh, for like wedding videos or like graduation videos or things like that. Like anything you do at that age is liable to be the most embarrassing moment of your life, period. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's an envelope, all right? A little bit better. All right, still looks kind of like an envelope. I kind of like that though. I had a marshmallow earlier, and I don't mean like I ate a marshmallow earlier. I mean I drew a rock that looked like a marshmallow earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Um, there it is. It's right there. That's the marshmallow rock. And as soon as I did that, I was like, that looks like a marshmallow. And then I left it because I was like, it's going to be a marshmallow forever. I don't like that. All right, there we go. I'm just really just putting some random lines on these. All right. This start at the top and move my way down is kind of good. Oh, I need to hit this over here. All right. All right. All right, here we go. We're gonna get this little bits. Made some good progress tonight. I was struggling up front, but you know what? Feeling like we're in a much better spot now. so hold on a second. All right. I gotta give this some thickness. There we go. Okay. And then there's this line, which I currently hate, and are going fixed to. I like that sentence. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, incredible, amazing, wonderful, and talented. One of these days I shall be that. Today is not that day. Hey, we don't got a whole lot left. I'm approaching like 3/4. I got maybe like 2/5 I need left to do, so hell yeah, brother, let's do this. I got 16 minutes. Let's see how much more I can get done. And line art is also good for helping me practice doing lines of cocaine. No. Literally never done drugs. Literally never done a drug. Oh boy. Okay, come on. Come on. You were doing so good. You can do it, boyo. Just believe. Boyo. Alright. Boyo! Okay. Oh. I'm a gag. Why? Okay, there we go. No, just let's undo my undo. Yay. There we go. Okay. There we are. All right. We're hitting some hard bits. We got some big pieces. And it's always these big pieces that I decided to make flagstones for some insane reason. I did all these lines once. Badly. Just got to do them again, but not badly. Doesn't even have to be particularly good, just not bad. Whose standard's not bad? Mine. I'm fucked. What's some impossible shit to put on myself? Alright. Oh, it's the jar rock. It's just a jar. It's just the pitcher that's been turned over. Like one of those pitchers of water they give you at a restaurant. Why do I make so many long lines? Because I'm practicing doing long lines like that. Alright, and then alright, there we go. Oh, while I'm here, also, shout out to the people who watch the VODs of this. I got like 8 to 11 views on my VODs on Twitch. Why? I don't know. I don't think I'm particularly that interesting. And I've definitely told that stuff about 14 to 15 being when you're one of the worst versions of yourselves before. because that is something I deeply believe in my soul. After remembering myself at that age and witnessing other people at that age, I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now. That's why I didn't feel like anybody liked me. And everything felt weird and off because it was true. Not that everybody didn't like me part, but the everything being weird and off was true because it literally was. All right. It literally was. It literally was. Literally, my life is making fun of teenagers. Oh man. Like, I know this is probably no surprise to anybody, but your teachers are absolutely talking shit about you behind your back. They'll do it in a nice way though. Like, um, there's a few teachers I know of who would be like, who would break out like the full like asshole line, like, oh, that kid's just an asshole. But most of the time, you could tell who was the worst by this one simple phrase, which was knucklehead. If somebody was a knucklehead, they were just a terror to have in class. Someone would be like, oh yeah, he can be a bit of a knucklehead. Um, it's like the teacher version of, this dude's awful. Calling someone a knucklehead is a teacher equivalent of being like, this student would shit on my desk and light it on fire if they could. Uh, it's like saying this student would kill my family. Actually, no, they wouldn't kill my family, but if I had to take off school because my family died in a fire, they would then make a joke about it when I got back the next year, and I would have to leave the room crying. Um, if a teacher calls a student a knucklehead, that means that they're just the worst to be around. And I don't know why. It was one of those things that was like true in multiple states too. Like, I worked in both Tennessee. Uh, I worked in both Tennessee and Oklahoma, and I mean, teachers in both places use the knucklehead phrase. it was just, it was just one of those ubiquitous sayings. If I ever gonna look back on this, it'd be like, what was I doing? Why am I talking about that? Why am I spending so fucking long doing line art? And why am I so precious with every single line that I put down? Why do I erase it a billion times? I hope I can do that one day and look back and be like, whew, I'm not like that anymore. It's always a good feeling. Whenever you can look back on yourself and be like, man, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Like, I'm glad I'm not the me in college anymore. This looks like a burrito. I'm not even hungry. I ate just before stream. And I'm seeing marshmallows, pitchers of water, a burrito. What am I doing? Oh, it's 9:52. It's almost time for me to play more Vampire Survivor. Oh, I'm addicted to that game, man. I just had I just got started unlocking something and found something in one of the levels, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing," and now I want to go back and give it another try. That's the real reason why I was late, because there's this one, and it has like this special thing where you have to get a special weapon and use it to destroy like this crystal. And I was like, all right, cool. I got the weapon. Um, I went and I destroyed that crystal, and I was like, cool. And then it just put me in a brand new stage and started the timer over, and I was like, oh no. I didn't think it was going to do that. I thought it was just going to unlock a character. But nope, full brand new stage. Um, and starting over at level 1, I was like, oh no. Luckily, it was fucking difficult, and I had a shit build, so I was able to die pretty quickly. Alright. Alright, I think I'm going to finish up this bit that I'm on. And then that's going to be it for tonight, baby. Well, I might finish up this in one like, little tiny bit underneath it. I have the song Literally My Life stuck in my head. But not like the actual version of the song. The, the Game Grumps version of the song. Where it's like, literally my life, and then they say something fucked up. Literally, my life is. Oh shit. Only thing I could think of was diapers and diarrhea. I was like, I don't want to say that. You just gotta commit, man. Gotta go back to that like one improv class I had in college. Whatever comes to mind first is correct. Just gotta commit. Gotta believe. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. I got maybe like a fifth left to do. Or maybe like a fourth. So I'm more like a fifth. I'm gonna finish up the fucking line art next on today's Tuesday, so I'm gonna finish up the fucking line art on Thursday, um, and then I need to do some stuff on these pauldrons. I need to do that, and then man, after that I just have colors. I'm gonna put down the colors, and then I'm going to do the lightning, and then I'm going to do the shading over. And then I'm going to do the shading, uh, and then there's like the background and whatnot, or really just what he's standing on. If I just need to get like what he's standing on, and we're good. I have no idea. I'm probably gonna make it like a step and then have it like fade off into nothingness. Like, oh, you're standing on something. Oh, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh, anyways. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun, but it has not been a fun reel. Not yet, anyways. All right, have a good one. Peace.